And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Kind of crazy weekend day and whatnot. And I'm actually going to do this whole thing with my glasses on because I've got so stinking much on the plate, and that's a good thing. Let's go. How you doing there, everybody? Lola and Fred and Julie and Jeannie and Can Dugan. Hey, is that Kathy Dugan? Oh my gosh, she's actually joining us. Wow. Deborah, how you doing? Heather, how you doing? Go sing some karaoke, have some fun. Got some really cool things I want to talk about here tonight. Got a lot on my plate tonight. Have an interview, and man, I've got really, like, I have an interview tonight. I have 2 interviews tomorrow. I've got a meeting for the Branson Elvis Fest with all of the contestants on Sunday for them to pick their songs. I've got 2 Zooms. Yeah, I've got 2 Zoom meetings, interviews on Monday night. I got one on Tuesday as well. I mean, it's awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. There's good things going on. Just a little bit busy. Hey, Diane, how you doing? Biggest thing, though, is if you get a chance, if you enjoy some of this stuff, tell people. Word of mouth is everything. The YouTube algorithm is, boy, I'll tell you what, it's hard. It's a hard one to crack. But the bottom line is, I can't put a gun to your head and say subscribe, and I can't put a gun to your head and say, share this with someone. But when you do it makes a huge impact. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. We've got some really cool things coming up. I'm so excited too. I am literally jacked up. We've got, so tomorrow, a gentleman by the name of Steve Quayle. Steve is, he's a big fish. He's a big dude in this arena of stuff we're talking about. And, man, I can't wait to have him on. And then also tomorrow, another interview I'm going to have is, the one and only Mark Anthony from Australia. And I can't wait. I mean, I think the guy's incredible. I love him. He's not doing Elvis anymore. I want to find out what's going on. Talk to him. If anybody out there has seen Mark Anthony, you know what I'm talking about. He's awesome. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome. Cody Dianath. Got a hold of Cody Dianath. He has agreed to come on ETA Files, which will be amazing. Can't wait to have him. And there's some other big name people's coming on. And Dr. Doug Hemp is coming on. Just a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, Ryan Files and ETA Files. So I just can't tell you how excited I am. How you doing, Kate and Lola? And yes, okay. Appreciate y'all. John and Christine Jeffords tonight are at a funeral, unfortunately, and thoughts and prayers, T's and P's go out to them. They won't be able to join us. And a good friend, someone that John was very, said some really nice things about to me in a text. So, give them a little thought, a little prayer. That always helps. So, couple cool things happened last week. Obviously, you guys got a chance to see Dr. Greg Reed, man. Awesome dude. Has a great heart. And he's in some, he's in a tough space, man. And I really enjoyed talking to him. His heart, you could feel it. And our talk afterwards was special as well. He's a good dude. And I love a couple of the things he said, both on and off the camera to me, just about like, we try to do the right thing and then we talk about it in public and then it's like, oh yeah, we now we got to live up to our own scrutiny that we created. So I get it, man. And I love his heart though. He's a good dude. And I think he's doing what he knows is right. I don't know that he always, I think it's a tough road to walk. Let's just say that. But he's answering the call, so that's awesome. How you doing, Margaret? Yeah, so that was awesome. Just to talk to him, and someday when we grow this thing, when we get enough people subscribed and everything else, we'll have like a live thing where it'd be like a show, and you can come out. It'd be awesome to do like Penn's Peak one day. Have everyone come out to Penn's Peak and let's hang out, and maybe we'll have some music and bring Dr. Aaron Judkins in, and we'll have a jam session and and all that. But we'll also have like a chance to just sit around and talk and do some stuff. I can't wait till we get to that point. And that's where we're headed. It's just going to be a moment in time. Maybe we'll do the same thing with the ETA files at some point too. Maybe we get enough of a following there. What's great about ETA files is that it's insider stuff. I get a lot of access that a lot of people don't, because of being in the world for so long and knowing so many guys, and that's a privilege. I'm thankful for that access, and I would never betray the confidence of anyone that comes on, but it is a honor, and but yeah, maybe someday we'll have that as well. Of course, there's a lot of those things going on, but I've really enjoyed both avenues, and I like keeping them separate. Of course, sometimes we'll come on to a Friday night mic drop and we'll talk about both, but it's exciting stuff. So let's see if we got any more comments here. Yeah, Margaret. I know Margaret was on last night with Riley Jenkins. We had Riley Jenkins on ETA Files. A lot of people really dug that interview. We've had a couple bangers lately, man. We've had a lot of people really loved J.D. King from the UK, and a lot of people really loved Riley Jenkins last night. If they get a chance to just talk to people and see who they are, it's like people really start falling in love with these guys. And I mean, as I look back to what we've got going on here, it's really incredible. All the guys we've been able to have, starting out with Doug Church. He was the first one, and I appreciate Doug for coming on. But it's really kind of cool, all the people that we've had come on ETA Files, and of course also on the Ryan Files. I mean, these guys are like major dudes. I mean, there's another one, Johnny Enoch. Talked to him briefly today. He's redoing a studio, but the dude's been on. These guys are like big names. They've been on television and documentaries and all kinds of stuff, and they have something powerful to say. And once the algorithm starts turning, this podcast is going to grow. The Ryan Files is going to grow something fierce and quickly, and we're all ready for it. It's just going to happen when it happens, and God's in control of that. So, Heather's the first one to ask, what's the news? I was waiting for someone to ask. Of course it was Heather. And so that means that, Heather, I did not email you in secret. Anyways, I'll tell you the news real quick. What else was I going to say? Okay, so coming up, like I said, coming up on ETA Files, we've got next week is Austin Pugh, who is a new guy, man, young buck, but he's a electrical engineer and works at a nuclear power plant, and it's a cool story, and he'll be at the Branson Elvis Festival, which is awesome. So looking forward to that. As I said before, I'm really, really excited to find out exactly what's going on with Mark Anthony from Australia. He's going to be on in 3 weeks. In 2 weeks, Lewis Brown from the UK is coming on. And anybody who knows anything about the Ultimate knows that he's been doing this for 3 years, and all 3 years he made it to the Ultimate, mostly a top 5 kind of guy. And he's one of those guys that's going to win, at some point. You just know he is. Not unlike Cody Deanath, who is also coming on. So we got a really good slate of guys on ETA Files coming up. So tune in and share it, man. Share it. The Elvis tribute artist world isn't that big, but man, it's amazing the number of people who have subscribed to the number of people who watch. So it's a simple, it's one click, subscribe. I don't bug you. I'm not like sending out things every 2 seconds, but just check it out, please, and subscribe. All right. And the same thing with the Ryan Files. I think most of the people in the chat here are probably invested in both and subscribe to both. I don't bug you guys. But man, it does help. And you guys are the ones who have to tell other people and just tell them, hey, subscribe. It's real simple. If you don't know, if they don't know how, tell them how. That is the currency of this business, subscriptions. That's it. So, anyway, moving forward, something really cool I wanted to share tonight. And for the record, we're probably going to be more doing it like this way. I've got so much on my plate. But I do a show on Friday afternoon. I get off, and by the time I get home and ready to go for the Friday night mic drop, that's when I want to go. That time, though, varies depending on the number of people we have, number of guests we have. But I think we're going to start doing it. It's going to always be probably between 6:30. So just be aware. And again, if you're subscribed, you'll know. Hit that notification bell and you'll know when we're coming up. But for the Branson Elvis Festival, hey, how you doing, Tony and Sheila? Good to have you on. Thank you, guys. Love you. Valerie, how you doing? For the Branson Elvis Festival, for those who don't know, we had a meeting today, and we did the drawing and everything for contestant order. So anybody out there who knows any of these guys or is coming to the Branson Elvis Festival for the contest, this is what we've got. For the semifinal round performance order on the 3rd of May. It's in the afternoon. I think it's 2 o'clock. Here it is. 14 contestants. Benjamin Johnson, young ETA, up and coming. 50s kind of guy. Tim Hembry, young buck, but big voice. He performs with the Blackwood Quartet, actually, singing with the Blackwood Quartet. He's an amazing vocalist. That'll be awesome. Moses Snow, who you have seen on ETA Files. Tim Mack, a young buck. Awesome. Gabe Bay. Gabe is... I emailed him and I spelled it wrong. I'm sorry, Gabe. Gabe was, he's a young kid who came last year, and man, he brought the thunder, and that was so awesome. And Gabe, if you're watching, bring it again. Chris Collins, I've not met Chris, but he's awesome. He's going to be showing up. And then E-Rock will be coming. How you doing, Finn? Oh, Daddy misses Finn. I'm not even going to shoo her away tonight, folks. Sorry. She's my buddy. So, and then there'll be an intermission, and then the second half is going to be Bobby Darren Allen from Branson, young buck again, big voice, 70s guy. Logan Ramey, who you've had on ETA Files, and I love that kid. He's awesome. Lane Crew. Lane is already qualified, but he's going to be coming and just having fun, and I love that attitude. Lane is awesome. Gray Galloway, another young buck up and coming, 50s guy. Austin Pugh, who you will see next week, is going to be at the Branson Elvis Festival. Jimmy Holmes, you've also seen Jimmy on ETA Files. He'll be performing. And then Junior Talley. I've known Junior for so long. So it'll be awesome to have Junior come down finally to the Branson Elvis Festival. So that's your 14 contestants. And, man, there are big names in there. And I'm just excited that they're all coming. It's going to be so much fun. I would hate to be one of the judges because it's going to be an awesome, awesome time. And we're picking songs. If anybody out there knows any of these guys, let them know to check their email. We are picking songs on Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Pass that along, and that's all I've got to say about that. Something funny happened today at Legends in Concert. A lady, and I admit freely, I don't remember people's names all that well. But there's a lady who came in from, she was at the birthday tour, and she came to a lot of shows. And anyway, she just said, hey, she had come on the backstage tour before, and she came back again. She goes, hey, how you doing? And I recognized her. I just didn't remember her name. And once we started talking, it started clicking. But she indicated that, oh, well, just so you know, do you know anything about a page on Telegram, which I'm not on Telegram, called Official Pelton? And I said, no, I don't. And of course, it's one of these scams that happens all the time. Folks, it's so obvious. And what was funny is, and Finn made me think of it, she asked the dude, how's Finn? And he said, you mean my son? So this is creepy. They know I have a son, but they don't know all the details. They would never think that a cat is important in your life like Finn. But anyways, the bottom line is this guy's like saying how I'm getting divorced and blah, 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 blah. And, hey, I got a really good lawyer, but would you send me money? It's like always about the money. And I also know, I've heard the backstory of some of this stuff. A lot of these people are kidnapped, over in areas in the Middle East, and they're literally forced to do these things under gunfire. And if they don't get any revenue, like they'll kill someone in your family. I mean, I get it. It sucks, but it wouldn't be a viable business unless there are suckers out there who are just being gullible. And so, it's really bad. And, so just, be cognizant of it. And I'm not going to be out there emailing you stuff like that or whatever. And you can always tell if you really take a second. And that's the problem. They prey on people's desire for it to be true that you're talking to someone. Well, you know what? It doesn't have that much value, and certainly not to be sending. And I remember that story I told about the lady from Pennsylvania. I mean, she sold her house and sent it to these people, the money. It's unbelievable. And meanwhile, the family's like, well, this Ryan Pelton's a jerk. And it's like, I don't know anything about it. I had nothing to do with it. It's a really bad situation. So, just be cognizant of that stuff. I mean, I do the Ryan files. I do ETA files. And I have, Ryan Pelton, the Ryan files, ETA files. I'm never going to be doing like, hey, ETA files live chat. Come on, let's go. Or Ryan Pelton. And it's the name Ryan Pelton that they, because I don't even think they understand what's really going on. But, unfortunately, they've got money off of people using my name. And therefore, it's like, well, this is a go-to. So if you see any of that stuff, you don't even have to tell me. I mean, I could spend every hour of the day trying to shut this stuff down, searching and shutting it down. But 1 hour later, it'll come back. And, it's fascinating that YouTube will shut down ETAs, legitimate ETAs, who have been up their profile for years, have thousands of friends, but someone new mimicking someone else doing this kind of stuff and, mass commenting just to get someone to, write them back, all that, they won't shut them down. You have to report them first. It's really shady. So just be cognizant of that. Don't fall into that trap. And I think most of the people on here wouldn't, but if you run into someone, don't be that person. So anyways, I got one more piece of information, and then I am going to go and cook an amazing meal and get to bed early because I've got 2 awesome interviews going on tomorrow. And man, I'm so jacked up about what's coming up for the Ryan Files. Anyway, when I was like 21-ish years old, I wrote a book. It was called Cain's Face. It took me 6-7 months or so to write it. And it wasn't on a computer or anything. It was like on this old style word processor thing. Long story short, sent it out and, got rejected everywhere. And it was a bit of it like crushed me a little bit because I don't even know what, I always wanted to write a book, I guess, but I don't know what the gumption was, but it was an okay idea and whatnot. The writing was horrible and whatnot. But the story is I was devastated. Like, no, we're not going to publish your book. Hey, this needs a lot of work. And even friends or family that read it were like, it's, they let me down softly, and broken up and beat up. I put it in the back of the closet and ran away from it and didn't look at it for like a year and a half. And finally one day, I don't remember why, but I went back and enough time to kind of forget what you wrote, sort of, you know what I mean? It wasn't so fresh. I went back and I read it. It was horrible. It sucked. And part of it, because I wrote it, I knew why it sucked. A lot of the writing was amateurish for sure. That can be fixed. What sucked about it most of all was at 21 years old, I didn't have enough life experience to write anything of significance. And I realized that at my age. And I laugh when I say that now because I doubt there's very many 21-year-olds out there that would ever, in this day and age, think or say the same thing. But I didn't have the life experience, and I knew that. And I even recalled that whenever the opportunity came around for me to perform as Elvis, part of the thinking was, you know what? I'll gain more life experience going down this road than I will any other road. And that will someday allow me to write a book. So it's funny how it all comes full circle. And and it's not like it's not big news or anything. But the actual story or the hint or the surprise is I have, that's Finn's tail, by the way. If you see it, I don't know if you do, but I decided to write a book because I don't have enough other things going on. But I've decided that it's time to go down that path. Let's see here. I put my puzzle together. Yes. Yeah. I'm writing a book, and I already know a lot about what the book is about and everything, and I'm not going to share that. But I've already started into the research side of it, and I realize it's more of a daunting task than I originally thought, because this one has to be right. So, but I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it because I think that that life experience is there. The subject matter is real, and I have something to say about it. It will be fiction. It's not nonfiction. Someday that will come too, but So a lot of life has been lived to reach this point, to make this decision, to say the least. So, anyways, I'm excited. I'll share some stuff as go along. I mean, don't expect to hear anything about it for quite some time, because it's a process. And like I said, there's more to it as I dive in and start uncovering the layers of what I'm trying to accomplish, I realize, well, I suddenly need a new education in this, and I need a new education in this, despite the life experience that I've gotten, in the 30 years since my last attempt. So, yeah. So anyways, that is the secret that I was talking about last night. So, anyway, that's about it. Man, I appreciate you guys tuning in Friday night. And, well, yeah, let's, we'll, like I said, as far as the book goes, I'm already busy, but I'm excited about this. And in some ways, the Ryan Files has put me on a path, I think, maybe without knowing it all along, this was always going to happen. So anyways, Fred Slack, get a hold of me. I'm working on putting together this trip to the Crescent Hotel. Need to talk to you about that. And John Jeffords, who I know is not listening right now, at a funeral once again. Shout out to them, T's and P's. Say a little prayer for them, John and Christine Jeffords. But let them know. I just want to let John know we need to get together and figure out some scientific instrumentation for this trip to the Crescent Hotel. Specifically, electromagnetic field readers and a couple other things. So we'll talk about that. Appreciate you, Fred. Thank you. Marilyn said, "Goof for you." Isn't that the truth? All right. Hey, Jill, how you doing? Yeah, I'd rather be busy, though, and yep. So, anyways, you guys be amazing, man. Appreciate you so much, and we will continue on, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, man, just please, you guys are awesome, and it's a lot of the same, the usual suspects, which is cool. But you're as special as you are. You're also just, you're normal human beings, and there's a lot of normal human beings out there that just haven't done what you're doing. And it's simple as knowing that you can tune in like this, and knowing that you can subscribe, knowing that you can comment on these videos and whatnot. And as soon as people do, that will help. That's more than anything help grows. But the currency that matters most in this podcasting realm is likes, thumbs up under the video, comments under the video, not, the live comments, but after the video, just drop a comment, say something. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's real simple. Hit the notification bell. And if you got one friend out there, tell them, hey, check this out. Make sure you subscribe. Help them out. Some people don't know how to do it. But if you have a Gmail email address, you have a YouTube account. Simple as that. So that's it. I am going to go make something amazing to eat. I'm starving. And yeah, and I got to finish up Lewis Brown's video coming up, and that's it. So anyways, appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on see you this coming Tuesday. This coming Tuesday is about Mothman. Tune in. Remember in January when I went down to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and shot all that video and whatnot, and was trying to get the people from the Mothman Museum to come on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll come on," and then they were like, "Yeah," and I emailed them like, "Okay, come on." And they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe," and then they're like, "No," and then they're like, "Well, someone will get a hold of you," and no one did, and then I emailed back, and it was like 4 times, and I was like, finally, I was just like, no, I guess, whatever. So. Yeah, that really frustrates me. When, yeah, and I'm not going to get mad about it, but there are certain people and certain, the people at the Mothman Museum, and then there's one other, I won't mention the name, but when you ask someone if I'd love to have you on the Ryan Files, and their first response is, "How big's your audience?" The cool thing is I'll never be that person, because They could be somewhat small. And I have proven that that is the case. There have been some really small ones I've gone on. So I'm happy to do that. Because it's really not about me. It's about the material and the message. So anyways. All right. You guys are awesome. Be amazing. Stay curious out there. Love you guys. Tell somebody about this, and we'll catch you very soon. And I can't wait to see you soon. I'm going to have a little bit of an update on some upcoming things too, maybe next week. All right. Be amazing. Thank you. Good night.